And hopefully it's not still going wrong.
I don't think so. We have great stream health according to the tube of views.
And I'm onto the glazing stage here, where I'm just kind of glazing over any imperfections I see. That can just be spot filled. Now, the difference between this glazing putty and filler putty is this is like a spot filler. This is not made for like deep holes or anything. In fact, if you use it to fill deep holes or anything, then it will crack. And you'll have to go back over it.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry. Were you calling for me?
No.
Okay. It takes a lot of focus for me to do a shank button. Especially, they're tiny shank buttons, so it takes me a little more time. Because I have to make sure the thread doesn't tangle. Because if you have threads that snag, it weakens the button.
I said just describing the shit that I'm working on.
The usual. Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Alrighty. And one thing that tends to make it a little harder is I cut the thread a lot longer than it needs to be. And that the main part of that's because I don't want to thread my thing 4 times. I'm going to end up slaughtering this commission. I don't like hand sewing anything anymore. I got spoiled by my machine. And who the heck messaged me? Michael? Oh, Nerve is asking if I'm doing Starfest. Sadly, that's a no. Hi, kitty kitty! Asami decided to walk into my sewing room.
Asami's the one you like, isn't it?
Asami's the one I actually really love. Not the one I want to sell to a Chinese restaurant.
No, don't even bother selling. Just donate.
Starfest, the badges also are $55 for a 1-day pass, so it wasn't worth it.
Oh, fuck that.
No, they used to be like 20 bucks, and now they're $55, so I'm like, not worth it. Because I can't get in for free, so. I don't have those connections I did back in Texas.
And what connections were those that got you?
I used to guest a lot of cons so I could get in for free to a lot of the conventions. Hold on, I gotta refill my water. I will be back again. I like to stay hydrated. Okay. I also decided, you know what? Let me make sure I didn't cut my leg that deeply when I had a needle jabbed in there.
That's always good.
Yeah, it just broke. It kind of went in a little deep, like about half an inch. It's not bad. I have a very high pain tolerance, so I mean, it wasn't exactly comfortable, but you know, you can suck it up. And I'm on the last button. And then I'm gonna go grab my velvet after that. Because I don't think of, like, getting everything ready, because I always forget how much shit I need sometimes for these outfits. That's why I go to Joann's like 3 times a week when I have my construction classes. Because I will forget what I need. Even with the list. Huh? They know me my name, but Jen also works there too. She works at Joann's and David's Bridal. I love Jen. She's awesome. She's my Viking lady. She actually, most of her, like, ancestry is Norse, like Viking and all that crap. So she has a little tattoo of Fenris on her arm. Fenrir. Why did I say Fenris? I'm dumb.
And this is the exact product that I'm using here for my glazing putty. Again, it's just for spot filling. It's just to get all of these little bitty little cracks and holes and crap like that all nice and filled up. Make those nice and smooth.
So are you excited for white night photos?
I'm excited to get this friggin' thing done right now.
You've only been... How long have you been working on that stuff? I think I mention it every week, but I obviously can never remember.
I've been working on this thing since before IckyCon.
That you have.
Which part of it I was having to wait to work on it because of I had to build a special tool to cut this called a hot wire foam cutter because of all the intense detail there.
Are you wearing your respirator?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm like, because I can't hear you. You sound like Kenny.
I know I said this was probably not a respirator night, but then I remembered, hey, I gotta do glazing putty.
And doesn't that stuff reek?
Not only that, but the fumes are toxic.
Oh, it has toxic fumes. That's lovely.
Like every other friggin' thing I work with, so what else is new, right?
So what else is new? What?
What else is new? Everything else I work with has toxic fumes. Paints in general.
I don't do that without a respirator. I'm gonna die of lung cancer.
Do what?
I said I don't paint with a respirator. I'm going to die of lung cancer.
I paint in a friggin' parking garage. I paint like. I also use finer paints than what you do, which are a lot more dangerous.
I use the same paints you
if you
do.
don't use them.
So I'm gonna die of lung cancer.
Automotive paints, like Duplicolor?
Yeah, I use automotive paint.
Okay. So, yeah, you should get a respirator, but then again, I'm also working in more closed-in spaces.
I work in a garage.
Well, I
No.
was when I was using it.
Well, when I paint, because I can't paint in a tiny apartment or I will, like, die of the fumes. So I just bring my little paint
And
project
also,
into the trash room on my cart. Huh?
Disregarding, the damage you'll do to the apartment itself. You still there?
Oh yeah, I'm just painting through 5 to 6 layers of fabric in some parts.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what time do you want to call it quits on the stream tonight? Because I know we said we were going to attempt to do some of them shorter, but I also know both of us are in crunch time right now, too.
At the moment, no matter what time we cancel the stream, I'm going to be working, or in the stream tonight, I'm going to be working on this until it's done. Pretty much. While I'm waiting on this stuff to cure here, I'll be painting the shaft piece.
Okay. I'm going to grab the Velcro for the waistband, but pretty much here is how the front of the butt cape looks before I stitch it. Here is the butt side of the butt. Woo. And then after that, I'm going to stick it in my dryer to help ease out the wrinkles. And empty my shop. I'm going to empty my shop pan while I'm actually out there too to get the Velcro. So once again, actually thought I had the Velcro strip, but I only have the Velcro dot, so I'm just gonna work with that.
Fun.
Well, the thing is, I actually don't like sewing Velcro because it messes up my machine. So I use E6000, which I should have a respirator for, but oh well. Because the vapors are toxic. I'm gonna die of lung cancer. We've established that, right?
Don't worry, I'll die of some other form of cancer or some other thing along with you.
Okay. So now, I'm actually gonna stitch it from the other side to the side. It might be a little easier to manage. Okay, so now I'm just stitching the waistband to the 4 panels. Move my machine just a bit. And let's see if I only need to stitch it, because sometimes I'll go back and edge stitch it for extra stability when it's through this many layers of material. But at the same time, I may not need to because I did all the proper steps to ensure that it won't unravel or warp. I'm actually going to apply the Velcro after I put it in the dryer. That might be a smarter idea because the glue's going to have to set overnight. So I'll work on something time, like getting my hands sticky working on that Yami wig again. Because I got the hair
Oh, I thought you
sheets.
finished that thing.
Huh? I finished one of them. I had 2.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, they're a very time-consuming product on my store.
But do you get paid well enough for them?
I charge about $3.50 per wig.
You what?
I charge about $3.50 per wig. And ask for about 6 months to complete it just because it's such a massive wig, and even I was able to do it once in a week, but I never want to do that again. But that's also supplies and labor as well. And that cost. Because it takes anywhere from 10 to 16 hours. I can normally finish it in the 10-hour mark, but I often have to wait overnight to dry, and I can't in layers until it's dried, or it just sticks and comes apart. So it's just a lot of downtime, like with your painting sort of thing, you know?
Well, I'm working on Well, I'm working on the same thing. It's being done in pieces here. Part of why I already did the gold on the bottom, the shaft piece. So I actually have something to do while this thing dries.
Because waiting for to dry and bonder to cure is boring.
Yeah, I mean, last week I just kind of BS'd my way through that because I really didn't plan anything to do while waiting. So I made another little necklace there for Crow.
there we go. I'm going to make sure I didn't have anything already in the dryer, but it's pretty much done. I'll put the little Velcro dots, and I'll do that after it gets all the creases in. Huh? Because I don't want to do snaps. That's why I'm using Velcro.
For which piece?
For the butt cape, to close the front.
I gotcha.
That way she can have two little things that are adjustable, and it takes me less time to put on. And also more secure, since my machine doesn't like the Velcro that already has a sticky back. And even when it doesn't, it always catches in the damn little teeth of the Velcro. So I just prefer not to hand sew it. I'll normally use an adhesive of some sort, and E6000 is my one of choice.
See, I haven't had good luck with sticky back Velcro or using E6000 in general, so I typically just get over it and hand sew it, but that's just me.
Nope, I found an easier way that works just for me.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go and put that up. And dryer. Hopefully move some fabric and start working on the project. Which is why there isn't a title for what I'm going to be doing, because I knew I was going to work on a couple things this week. So let me leave again, you pretty people, and work on another thing.
Again, I'm just kind of continuing to spot fill.
Big, and I, of course, don't want that.
And this is, of course, a painting set / easel box. For those of you that don't know, I've been painting for a long time. I did like painting and art and crap way before I even thought I was ever going to be making props. So that's kind of why I have this thing instead of like some weird little box, plain Jane box for brushes and stuff. This is mostly where I keep my paints that I'm using for a certain project at a time. Like the green one, I don't remember why the hell it's in that instead of my other box of paints. But the colors I'm going to be using here are antique copper. I've got some black here.
Shit.
And some just regular brown, burnt umber brown. What these two are going to be used for, these are just like cheap 50-cent dollar acrylic paints. Paint is not something I ever like to go cheap on unless it's acrylics. Acrylics is something I'm very used to working with and know how to make them work well. So I usually go really cheap on my acrylics. You can pick these up at Walmart. When they're not on sale, they're $1. When they're on sale, they're 50 cents. It's freaking awesome, and that's probably the price that I paid for these. I don't remember. I don't care. These will be used for like some slight weathering. This antique copper might be a little bright for the color that we're going for here, so I might do some dry brushing by mixing up these two colors there. I think I've used this antique copper like once. I don't really remember. I think this was used in the first group cosplay meetup that we did, and I think Peyton used it for her guns for her Connor cosplay that she had at the time. And if anybody is interested in a Connor cosplay to purchase, she is selling hers. So you can check out Peyton Renee Cosplay for more details on that.
Nice shameless plug, Seth.
Yep. Very shameless plug. I like to try and help out my friends. These are probably the brushes that I'm going to use here. They're just very small brushes. This one you can't even see the freaking tip on. It's so freaking fine.
Like its owner? Oh.
Yeah.
What's my bad joke count for the night?
I'm forever trying to adjust this as well as it will get, but that's probably as good as this thing is getting. Again, sorry, I have a shitty webcam. Probably not going to use these other brushes that I have tonight. I don't like using brushes with long bristles for this kind of thing, just because I don't. Simple as that. So,
is there a specific reason for it, or just you don't like working with those longer brushes for weathering?
For weathering, I don't really care.
Or then what's this for then? I thought you were weathering.
This is for the. I'm not weathering yet. I'm going to do the copper color that's going to fill in all of these spots here.
Okay.
And all of the crevices, all the valleys of this get filled in with this antique copper. The reason I don't like long bristles for this kind of thing is just because they often have one or two that are like off to the side or something and straying away.
Oh, there's
I don't like to paint really with a wet brush, just because that's something I never really picked up on that my art teacher really freaking hated about me. She loved it when people would use like water with their painting and stuff. I didn't particularly care for it all the time. I feel like it has its uses, but for the most part, I don't care for it.
Well, it only works when you try to dilute it to create a transparency, but other than that, it's not great for everything.
Which, for the most part,
it's better for like surrealist pieces, but that's about it. I'm a fashion design major, so I have to take all these BS art courses, and one of them had to deal with painting. Seth, do you remember that? When I bitch about how much I sucked at it constantly?
Yep. Good thing to keep handy. Paper towels. Where the fuck did I put my paper towels? There we go. I'm going to build a jig for this damn thing later. Whenever I have some scrap PVC or enough scrap PVC or something to do that.
I'm going to have to buy some Got2b to finish this, because apparently I knew I had some when I packed, but I don't think the movers brought it.
That moving company sucks.
They brought most of everything. I think it was just one box that went missing.
Nah, screw that. You know what? You know what I lose when I move? Usually, like
socks?
One or two things, not a whole friggin' box. No, I actually find socks as I'm moving.
You know, I don't wear socks, right?
No.
I don't wear socks, mainly because I don't wear shoes unless I go out, and I wear, like, ballet flats. So I don't need socks. I also don't sweat either, so, I mean... why do I need socks?
Pro tip, when you're hand painting stuff, make your first paint in really thin layers.
Don't be a Dezzy and glob it, or it's really ugly.
Yeah. Whenever you glob it on there, you can see the brush strokes a lot more. When you hand paint it in really thin layers like this, you can't see the brushstrokes as much. Um, and at this point, there's not really much you could do to get those brushstrokes out of it. You can kind of see where I'm going with this, but I'm going to do like 4 layers, 3 or 4 layers or something. And as you kind of layer it up on there, you can do more. You can like paint a bit thicker. But to begin with, you want it to be really nice and thin. That gives you a nice base layer that's not showing through any of the brush strokes. And what this is hopefully going to do is detract away from any of the other imperfections in the piece. Because your darker colors do more to hide that. And I know it probably sounds bad when I sit here most of the time talking about hiding imperfections, what makes them show up worse or anything like that. The thing is, all props, all things in general are going to have some imperfections there. The thing is, you don't want to do anything that highlights those.
It just
when you
makes
highlight them, it just makes it look worse.
Yep.
You know?
And it's the same with sewing. That's why, like, when you sew, you'd have to take great care of your actual seam work, because on the inside, it can look ugly, and for the most part, no one will know. But sometimes uncareful seam work will transfer to the outside of your garment. So it's very helpful to actually pay attention to what you're doing. And take your time. Be a Dezzy who makes a costume in a week. Seth doesn't enjoy that so either. He did it once.
No, I actually made my Sasuke Uchiha cosplay in a week. Minus the prop, but still. The prop itself took a week. But most of that was actually just drying time because there was a lot of waiting for glue to dry and waiting for stain to dry because I stained the crap out of that thing in a very unconventional way.
How'd you stain it?
I just kept layering it up. Where the conventional way of staining, you get it on there and then you wipe off the excess and stuff. With mine, I just kept layering it up really thick. And it worked.
Too much came out of the glue, damn it. Oh well, I'll make it work. I got a lot of glue came out, so I'll just apply it to the edges as a lacquer. I tend to call it like hair lacquer because that's pretty much what this crap is. It seals up those edges, and that should also let me apply some to fill in some gaps I left. Okay. That ended up working actually really well. Awesome sauce. So I'm gonna put this on a little cone, on a serger cone, because that actually helps me with the smaller ones to lay down the hair fibers more precisely.
As you might be able to tell, you can actually see more of the shaping than before.
Oh, my mom is a big nerd, so she tagged me in this picture on Facebook, one of those little e-card things that says, "Soon you'll learn that mommy is a nerd. One day I'll teach you all about the One Ring, the Way of the Force, and why winter is coming." I love my mom. My mom actually likes Star Wars, and I hate it.
Well, another reason I would get along with your mother.
You would actually get along with my mom pretty well. She used to play Dungeons and Dragons too in high school. She was basically, if cosplay was as popular as it was today, she'd probably be into that. Because, I mean, my mom already agreed to cosplay with me, too.
I still feel like, you guys cooked up the Rapunzel and the evil mother kidnapper thing to get me to do Flynn Rider.
Thing is, she's never seen your smolder until I sent it when we were talking about that. But no, it's actually my mom and I were gonna do it 2 years ago, and the plans fell through because I didn't have time to make the dress for the con.
Fun.
Since I started a new job and I just didn't have time to make both costumes for us. But my mom has black hair, so Mother Gothel's a cosplay she doesn't need a wig for. So that's why we always thought it makes any sense.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind wearing wigs because she's has before, but if she doesn't have to, she doesn't want to, sort of thing.
So basically, like me.
Mhm. Oh, and I talked to my dad too. That was interesting.
Your stepdad or your
My real dad.
Oh.
Because I told him I got laid off at the station, so he was asking if he needed to come pick me up and take me back home.
Because 14-hour trip with your dad.
I could not do that.
Sign me up.
Unless you want to do a 14-hour trip with me. It'll save me money on a moving company. It'd be cheaper to rent a U-Haul and fly someone up, or fly someone back. Get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I've already thought of that.
Huh.
I've already thought of all that.
Oh, you've thought about doing that for me? Or with me?
Considering we were talking about getting a place in Arlington.
Well, whenever we decide to move in together, I don't know when that'll be, of course.
We were talking next year.
But when next year, you know? That could be
This
like
time
December of
next
next year. This time next year?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Never
I was thinking...
underestimate how badly I want out of this area.
Huh?
Never underestimate how badly I want out of East Texas.
Well, you'll be northeast Texas.
Still a lot better.
The thing is I might leave as soon as my court stuff is settled, though.
I see.
Unless I actually find work. Like, good work. That actually pays me.
Yeah, the kind of work that pays is always nice. Which is probably why they shut down in the first place.
Well, I'm pretty sure that is because Sammy's actually, like, from one of the sponsors, he spent $600 of that on clothes for his rap career.
For his what?
Sammy is a rapper.
So, sucks.
Out of the sponsor money, found this out, he spent $600 of it on clothes.
On clothes?
That could have, paid us for, time to put in for a week at least.
Easily.
Huh?
You said easily.
Mm-hmm. So I got taken off of accounting, though, is because I kind of figured out that the books were cooked very easily. Remember that whole conversation?
Yep.
They've already apparently...
Oh, so they took you off of accounting for that.
Huh?
They took you off of accounting. I didn't know
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
right. They did, because I kind of figured out the book cooked, and I have a moral obligation, of course, to report anything. That's my personal thing. I try to be a good person, to make up for the fact that I'm ruled by Satan. The joke behind that is, like, my grandmother thinks I'm a Satanist. all through high school, I think they thought I was Catholic and I was just wearing like the pentagram to be rebellious. And I'm like, one, they're not satanic pentagrams, and two, I'm not Catholic. I crushed their souls with that, I think.
It's like I crushed my mother's soul when I told her I'm not a Christian.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking of actually going back into paganism because it actually helped me a lot through high school relax.
Go for it.
It's mainly the meditation that helped a lot.
It does.
And I've always liked it because, I mean,
the different things that we talk about during streaming.
Huh?
The different things we talk about during streams.
Yeah, we kind of talk about whatever, really, to be honest, on top of our normal banter. But the one main reason I've always liked paganism is because, you know, I'm a quarter Native American. That I know of, for sure, for that tribal ancestry. Despite being so damn white. And, I mean, it worked for my ancestors, didn't it?
I guess.
It was... Seth, it was your people that fucked us up.
Yep. And you don't seem to give a shit.
And now you're dating a Mexican. How does that make you feel?
Like I'm dating a Mexican.
Like you're just like my stepdad. Oh my god, with that. I always joke with my mom that she can't be racist because she's in an interracial relationship.
And how did she take that?
She just starts laughing. Because, we just like, you know, we're mean. So we like to make mean, horrible jokes. My mom and I have the same sense of humor.
The reasons I will probably get along with your mother.
Yep. I never want you to meet my dad, but I know you'll love my mom when you actually meet her. And my stepdad. My stepdad's cool. His dad is actually a carpenter, too. Except he's deaf-mute, so talking to him's pretty difficult. Unless you know sign.
Huh?
Pardon?
So probably especially for somebody as quiet as I am.
The thing is, I barely remember sign language. And I always know when he's teasing me about being short. Because my step-grandfather is, like, 6 foot.
Uh-huh.
So he's always always understand it when he teases me about being short to my stepdad. Because there are little bits and pieces I can still pick up from sign language. Okay, I'm going to clean off my hands. They got really sticky and I'm starting to leave residue on the new hair strands. So I'll be back.
That's not. Alright. So there's the top piece. The first coat of copper. Actually looks really good on camera there. By the time I actually finish coating it, it'll look like that in person. I'm going to do bottom section. This part here is not going to get painted up because I still have no freaking idea how I'm going to paint that. It's going to get colored the same as the shaft piece. So, and I'm just going to dive right into this. Pick a spot and start painting. Again, we're just being nice thin layers, especially to start out with here. Gives this nice base with less brush strokes to worry about. Ta-da. And now I just got to do that a whole crap load of times. One other thing that will help you is kind of try to paint in the same motion or direction in an area, because once you start changing directions, you're changing your pattern of painting, so you start having more noticeable things pop up, and you don't really want that. Again, you want to detract from imperfections here, and one thing that helps with that is having a nice even coat of paint, or coats in this case. Just kind of angle your piece however works for you. I really don't have like a very specific way that I do this, just whatever works.
I was hungry, so I made a quick snack.
I see.
Yeah, I had a protein shake.
Just talking to the dog or something?
No, I have to wait for it to blend really well, because if not, like, not everything mixes the way I like it. Because then I don't get any of the cookies.
Who's over there?
Huh?
Who is over there?
Loud neighbors. They're not even in my apartment.
Who are you talking to? Hmm?
Trying to quiet them, because they're the next door ones. The cool thing is all you have to do in this complex is, like, buzz people. There's an intercom system. It's the best thing ever.
That's cool.
You can only do it with your floor, though. Which sucks, because I have these neighbors upstairs who, I think they have a kid or something, because every fucking morning, all I hear is ball like an hour.
See, at the apartments at the fairways, we had some upstairs neighbors like that.
These walls are really thin, so Super Bowl weekend was horrible.
Yeah, but these upstairs neighbors, kids like to make a lot of noise and crap. And typically my policy with neighbors is don't screw with me and I won't screw with you. But they were pissing us off so badly. We actually just took a broomstick and the old lady thing and beat on the ceiling with a broomstick.
I've done that with those neighbors before. One thing too is I can also go downstairs and page them, and it calls their phone, and it's like, "Hey, shut the fuck up." But I don't know, like, where the things are on my floor. Like, the apartment next to mine is 210, so I don't know where things are on other floors. I'd be like, no. But, like, I'm pretty sure those up because all I hear is, like, that blood from a ball every damn morning, or when I'm trying to sleep sometimes. Or maybe they just have a dog. I don't know. A lot of my neighbors have big dogs, and one of them 3 doors down, I can hear her dog bark sometimes in the middle of the night, because you remember, I'm a light sleeper. Also have my window open, too, so, I mean, there's more noise that's coming in.
Why do you keep your window open?
Because I'm on the 2nd floor, the weather's nice, I don't need to put on the AC.
Okay.
Save a little bit of money. Get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Also, how long do we want this stream to go for? I'm almost actually.
I mean, like I said,
we got no idea this evening. I did a wrong thing.
No
oh my
idea.
God. There we go.
Like
I done fucked
going
up.
to keep painting stuff in this.
Well, let me know whenever you're ready to call it for the night so I can, clean up. Oh, I also broke a nail earlier.
I'm sorry?
It doesn't hurt. Now means I have to go back to fix it. Or rip off all of the other nails.
The joys of being a guy. You can just have that fucked up nail.
I know. I would say I wish I was a dude, but then I wouldn't have you, obviously.
Nope. Sorry, babe, but I'm straight.
I know you are. I'm apparently just 90% gay. 100 when I do my art life drawing homework, because it's like, ew, a penis. Gross. Or 5. One of those two things.
Or what?
Or 5. My life drawing class, we have to draw naked people. I get grossed out. I have to draw penises because I focus on it and stare at it for like, ugh.
It's like, do the models get paid for that?
Yeah, they do. They actually get pretty decently. You can do it volunteer or get paid. It just depends on the institution. Did I
No
give you an
second
idea for
skipping on
money?
for
Because we're broke
free. You
people.
did.
There we go. I can't wait for like, what is it, 2 weeks? That'll be awesome.
Something like that.
It's like 2 weeks and 2
Oh,
days.
God.
I think one thing I'm very excited for are those not winter, white knight photos. One thing I gotta love
Yep.
about the Ruby fandom is creative with the ship names.
Oh, yeah. Very creative.
Versus like simple Ichiruki, Sasuhina, you know? Actually have very intricate names for some of the ships and I like that.
Switching over to my crappier chair.
What's the ship
But it's
name
also
for Winter and Crow?
I have no idea.
Do they even have a ship name? Because obviously they're shipped together.
I have no idea.
Be like Winter Crow or something? Very lame and... Because, I mean, he transforms into a crow and her name is Winter.
And his name is Crow.
Yep.
Let's just totally overlook the fact that his name is Crow.
And he transforms into a crow.
It's Crow. That is not confirmed.
He totally transformed into a damn crow.
Still not confirmed. He could have just scared the shit out of that thing when he jumped.
Babe, you know he turns into a crow.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not confirmed.
I'm saying it's probably going to happen. I'm sure that's what it was. I mean, it just seemed so obvious. And I think the only curveball that Ruby threw us was the whole season finale with Pyrrha.
No.
That
No, there was no curveball to it. They referenced it since fucking season 2.
I just wasn't ready for it, I guess.
Hero was based on Achilles. Jean's probably going to die by getting burned alive or killed by Cinder. Ha! Joan of Arc burned at the stake.
With cinders at the very end.
I would not be too surprised if Cinder killed Jean too. Later on.
Thing is, my theory is if that's what happens, it's because he attempted to avenge Pyrrha's death and didn't go the way he wanted to, of course, because it's Jean. He's not as strong as Pyrrha by any means, shape, or form.
He's not strong. Period.
He's just a nice person.
There's no...
Yay! Oh, I still have another hair cone. Fuck me. God damn it. Okay, I saved the last little 2 hair cone nubs for the very end because normally I can just use fibers from the actual wig to cover them. But I still have the big cone. The big cone takes forever. And I have quite a bit. It also uses the most hair fiber. I mean, obviously it's the largest one. It's going to use more hair. Ooh, the one thing about the intercom system at my apartment is I know when the pizza's here. Because like I told you, we have that whole intercom thing. I always know when my pizza's there. Except for one time, because I ordered it and they were like there before I was even home. But the Pizza Hut from my house normally took like 2 hours to get to my door. So I was shocked when they were actually there in like 45 minutes.
You know, I'm shocked when the Pizza Hut here actually freaking delivers.
They don't deliver that
often? They don't always actually deliver the pizza, which is why we never pay for it online.
Oh, sounds right. So are we gonna have like a stuffed pizza date there?
I don't really care for stuffed crust, but
I like stuffed crust.
Pizza date.
Well, I figured we were doing a pizza date.
Yeah, pizzas from Walmart or something.
Okay, fine by me.
Those are pretty good. It's like, I don't give a shit. I just want pizza.
And movie time. See, we actually watch movies.
I was actually thinking about if Zootopia is still in theaters, going to see it.
It'll still be in theaters. It's only going to be out 3 weeks by the time I see you.
I don't know. Some things have had like really short theater lives.
Is it because it's a small town, or? And the only reason I ask because, like, in Floresville, there'd only be like movies that would be at the theater at a given time, if you're lucky. Most would be like 2 or 3. The same in Pearsall.
Oh no, we have more than that in the theaters around here.
I'm used to very like crappy small towns. Longview actually isn't as bad as like Floresville or Pearsall.
There are worse small towns to be in, trust me. But I'm just sick and tired of freaking Longview. I grew up here. I hate it. That's just.
I think people like to get away from where they grew up in. I think that's part of actually growing up. See, we're speaking all like metaphorically now, like all intelligently. We run out of like witty to say when we're doing the exact same thing over and over, and that's what both of our processes are right now.
It's very intricate work here. Right now, I'm just kind of using the brush that you guys can't even see the tip to. On this bit here, I'm not even actually trying to paint real thin. Just because the lines themselves are so thin, I don't have to worry about brush strokes. What I have to worry more about is like spilling over on the areas where it doesn't need to be. But for the most part, I don't have to worry about brush strokes because you won't be able to see those anyways.
So I saw Deadpool again yesterday. I can't wait for that one to come out in DVD.
Do what?
I said, I saw Deadpool again yesterday, and I really can't wait for that one to come out in DVD.
Right. Same.
It'll be awesome.
I really can't wait for fucking Civil War.
Oh my god, did you see the new trailer?
Hey, everybody.
I thought that was pretty
have you seen the little parody where he just pops up and he's just like, my name is Yam.
I like how people are like totally complaining that he sounds too young, but people forget Spider-Man's in high school.
Yeah, Spider-Man's like 16, 17.
He's young.
For the most part. I mean, he eventually does, of course, get older, but
if they're doing this right, they're doing teenage Spider-Man.
Yeah, from what I understand, he was really young in this arc.
Yeah, I think he was 15 or 16 in this arc.
Yeah, and a lot of people
the one thing with Spider-Man is it's been out so long that there's a lot of changes in it.
Well, a lot of people are bitching about like his costume design. Like, oh, they must have gotten a bullshit one from Fox, and we're all just sitting here like, no, this is like the perfect freaking Spider-Man costume. This is very
It's
early
very
age
well
Spider-Man
made.
going on here. Yeah, this is very early age Spider-Man. A lot of people are complaining that his costume ripped off of Deadpool's with the eyes and stuff. The thing is, Deadpool's outfit was based on Spider-Man.
Yeah, people forget
Spider-Man was the first one
Deadpool
to do that.
is like pitched. Deadpool was that he was Spider-Man with guns. People forget that.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to remember a lot of people who nowadays watch comic book movies are just casuals. They're not actual comic book readers nor genuine comic fans. They like it because they're actually good movies, sort of thing, you know?
I'm actually what you would consider a casual as far as comic books go.
But that's okay.
Which is the sad part.
I can deal with it. But the thing is, you still know more than quite a few people who think they actually know anything about the stories.
Well, like a lot of people were pissed off about like spoiler alert, Gwen Stacy dies in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. The thing is, the only difference in how they killed her was where they dropped her from.
Yep. It's like, come
I
on,
read up on that.
things have been out for a while. You don't have an excuse to not know. There are no spoilers when the source material's been out longer than the thing. The same with Game of Thrones. It's just like, really? The books have been out significantly longer than the show.
I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but okay.
Oh, you didn't like it? It's pretty good.
Huh?
I said I think you would like it. It's very good.
So I hear, but it's also very long.
It is, but it's good. It's something really good to watch while you're working on stuff.
From starting to watch Fairy Tale, is how ridiculously long it is.
Yeah,
but the thing is, Fairy Tale is one of those shows where you can kind of catch an arc and take a break from it. And an arc is only like...
I don't think there's that many more seasons to be out, though. I think we're on the last 2.
Of what?
2 or 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, yeah. They're ahead of where the books are now.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying is they're almost done with the show.
People are going to lose their
Babe,
shit.
and you also watch Supernatural, and that's been around how long? There's what, 13 seasons?
I've seen the first 2 seasons of Supernatural, and that's it.
My mom would be very disappointed in you.
Do you see what I'm doing here?
I do see what you're doing. Kind of.
This is what keeps me from like watching anime and doing social things. Not just the commission in general, just
until we
stuff.
like our date nights where we order a pizza and watch it over Skype together.
Yeah, I finally got her to watch Angel Beats.
I didn't cry. I just wanted to know if they found each other in the next life. That was it.
It depends on which alternate ending you really want to follow there. And one of them, yes, it shows that they meet each other in the next life. And the other, it shows that he stays there.
Waiting for her, but it's like, does she ever get there? You know I'm a sappy romantic, and those animes play on my goddamn...
It's not he's waiting for her so much as he's helping people out who end up stuck there.
It looks like he's waiting for her, though. Also wonder if
I guess
you and Hinata got together in the next life, too. Because they were cute.
Yeah, that's one that I'm more curious of. It's just like, what happens after that with everyone?
Do you just get reincarnated as a different version of yourself with some previous recollection of your new life? I mean, that touched on enough, in my opinion. It just makes me think more about, like, the cheesy stuff I want to know.
Well, the other thing on that is just that they didn't have any knowledge of what was going to happen afterwards because nobody knew. Like, they didn't touch up on that because the characters did not know. So they weren't going to be all like, oh, well, this is totally a thing. The characters just don't know. It's just like, no, nobody gets to know because the characters don't know.
But I would have liked to know. I'm gonna, like, bitch about that until the day I die. And end up in that high school.
Don't worry, I'll ignore you the whole time
Oh, shut up.
that you bitch about it.
I'm gonna, like...
No.
I'm gonna stab you. Did you forget I'm Mexican? Did you forget the crazy thing you got yourself into?
Nope. One of the other things that I really love about acrylic paints is they dry really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you paint in thin layers. Like I'm doing here, they dry really quickly. So by the time I'm actually done going around this whole thing, at just the top here, by the time I come back around, it's already dry and ready for coat number 2. Or 3. Or whatever. It's ready to go for touch-ups.
I totally spaced out on whatever it was you were saying because I was applying a hair sheet.
Just talking about how quickly this paint dries.
Okay. So fun! See? We're so awesome, we talk about how paint dries instead of watching it.
You don't need to watch acrylic paint dry because it's done drying by the time you get back to it.
Nice.
Which was my whole point there, which is another reason I like to use acrylics. The bad thing about that is when you're using it for weathering, it dries quickly. So if you're going, there's a couple of different methods for weathering. If you're going for the whole like water it down and slather it on and wipe off the excess, you only have like a few seconds to do that, and then you're screwed. With oil paints, you have a lot longer to really work with it, but at the same time, it takes longer to dry. But
how much longer does it take to dry? Hours, minutes?
I don't remember. Oils. It can take hours. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at here. That is how shiny this fucker is.
We need to like fix how much we swear on live stream. We're bad. We're bad about it.
We're working on it.
We're attempting.
I'm going to use one of these longer bristled brushes real quick that I hate so much. Should get it a little wet there. Dry it off. Anytime you're cleaning your brushes, by the way, always dry them off or else they lose their shape.
I just throw them away.
With longer bristle brushes.
I just throw my brushes away all the time because I fuck them up because I forget to rinse them off. Do you know how to leave your paint brushes when you fuck them up?
Buy new ones and don't fuck them up.
Or I love you too.
Just don't fuck them up in the first place.
I love you. Have you not established that I'm forgetful?
I mean, I have a bad habit of leaving mine in like a thing of water.
No,
like
I
I'll
just
usually have a cup of water instead of this little thing. Then it's not so bad because I use acrylics. Acrylics are water-based. So they don't ever really like cure on there. So, yeah.
Ugh. My hands are very sticky, but I'm almost done with the large hair cone, so I'm pulling through. Alrighty, I'm done with the large cone. Awesome. So I'm going to let that dry. Let me seal up my bottle of tacky glue super quick. And I'm gonna wash my hands yet again, and I guess I'll work on the Zack wig for a bit.
Oh, you got that thing on already?
Yep, I got it. So I'll go grab a couple supplies so I can start prepping it to work on. Are you excited? Technically, you're a client too, so I mean, I guess you can watch it later. So let me go rinse my hands off, get my hair ties and whatnot, and wash my hands. That's the most important thing.
And here's my dirty little secret. I'm not going to go back and watch it later. Ta-da!
Okay, now I'm back.
Again.
Again. With no friends.
Thanks.
You're not a friend, you're my boyfriend. Well, I guess you're also my
There's
best
the
friend,
word
too.
friend in there. There's the word friend in there.
Oh, you. Okay. So right now, one thing I'm gonna do with Zach's wig is I'm gonna get a hair tie. And I got the Arta Wigs Vegas in jet black. So it comes with extra hair that I don't need. Well, right now I'm gonna use it to make the fake hairline later. So I'm gonna put an elastic on it and then just do a rough chop. That way I have all the hair in one place, like as if it was in a jumbo braid or something. So the rat tail gets cut off. I've never worked with Vegas, so let's see how this goes. And you have thick hair, so I'm going to grab some of my filling that I took out. I'll be right back. Grab that and stuff it in. Those who aren't paying attention, Seth has very long, thick Viking hair. So I have to account for that while styling his wig. So this is some of the stuff that actually came with the wig that they padded in while they ship it. So I'm going to stuff it in there. And that way I get a better hairline. So I'm obviously going to know it matches up with the estimated thickness of his hair. If that makes any sense.
Estimated thickness? Very thick.
Very, very thick. Okay. So I padded it pretty well. Because your hair is very long. And thick.
For now.
Hmm?
I said for now. Unless I decide to cut it.
When are you going to cut it off?
I have no idea.
Because I know you're not cutting it until like you plan for the move is like more settled.
Oh, I can cut it before then if I feel like it.
Maybe I don't feel like it. Just kidding. It's your hair. You do what you want with it.
I don't give a shit.
Huh?
So I don't give a shit. I do what I want.
How dare you? I prefer long hair, but I also know it's horrifying to manage, which is why I keep my hair short. But I'm gonna grow it out shortly.
You tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
I don't want to be your real mom. How many times do I have to say that? God. We know it would be very creepy.
It would be very creepy. This is not an anime.
This is not a weird hentai.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Said, oh my god, some of those fucking hentais.
I'm gonna position this wig because I don't like how it's sitting on the mannequin head right now. So. Let me get that. Pin. You have a normal forehead, so let me put it down like that. Okay.
It's normal-ish.
Well, you don't have like a 5 for a 6 head, because then I would adjust the wig position.
Could you say that in English, please?
What? You didn't press 1.
1.
No, I was just adjusting the head. Because I wanted the wig to, you know, look better. And it was off-centered, so I just had to put it so I could see it better.
See. Right now, I'm just working on the second coat.
And right now, I'm gonna pull up some reference images for Zack Fair. You never want to do a wig without reference. You don't
never
want
really want to do anything without references, but
I'll use the actual like references, but I won't use cosplay references unless I absolutely have to, because I feel like I'm a dirty cheater if I do.
see, the thing is, I'll look and see like what other people have done and stuff. Like for Jean's sword, I looked and saw what other people did for theirs and stuff because his crossguard section was not very clear in photos and stuff.
So this is
So it's just like, what have other people done? And I was like, I'm going to kind of make a combination of what other people have done and what the hell I want to do.
And you want the thing without the bangs with just the one little hair spoink, right?
Yep.
Got it.
Since I'm doing first class.
Just making sure.
Bitches love first class.
Huh?
I said bitches love first class.
Apparently I do. Okay. So that I've just got so used to